Got it. Like this one.
Good evening. This is the meeting of the Police Accountability Board. Today is June 14th, 2023. The time now is 6:41. We'll call the meeting to order at 6:41. I'll go around and take the roll real quick, and if you could just say present if you're here, and if you're here virtually, can you just say present virtual? Delvin Duval, present. Sanchez? Present. Mrs. Bryant?
Here.
Dr. Coleman?
Present.
Mr. James?
Present.
Mr. Jones?
Present, virtually.
Mr. Melton?
Present.
Mr. O'Neill?
Present.
Mrs. Ridley?
Present.
Mrs. Springs?
Present.
And Mr. Vergamini?
Present.
Everybody is here. That's enthusiastic right there.
All the time.
Yes. Cool. So we're moving on to the agenda, the approval of the minutes. We will table the approval of the minutes, until the next meeting, if that's okay with everyone. I see you shaking your head. Is there a motion to table the minutes for the next meeting?
Motion to table
Yeah, I don't want
next meeting.
Second.
Motion made by Tamika Springs, seconded by Daniel Vergamini. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Tabled. All right, new business. And before we go following the agenda, I want to introduce someone. Mr. Fringy, James Fringy is here.
Hi, how you doing?
He was our selection
Should
for
I
the
introduce myself?
at the Administrative Hearing Board. He likes to introduce himself, so I
Yeah.
apologize. So, I'll give
My
you
name
the
is James Free, and nice to meet you. You guys have selected me as one of the individuals on the Administrative Hearing Board. So I'm happy for that, and I'm looking forward to serving.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for taking the time to be here. And I did explain to Mr. Freeney earlier, I got an opportunity, I came in early and we spoke, really engaged in Prince George's County, trying to improve the quality of life, not in just policing area, but all that you do, so thank you for that. So I did explain that we may go into closed session when we discuss the cases, and I think that it's probably going to be the best thing to do, at that time. So, does anybody have anything else? Mr. Freeney, anything else you'd like to say, or does anybody have any questions for him? We should interview him over again? No. So, at this time, I will make a motion for us to go into closed session yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Just in the interest of, maybe you can just announce the outreach and the in-reach.
Okay, and then come back. Okay, yep, that's fine. Okay, so we talked about a little bit of, outreach and in-reach program, and we discussed possibly having, meetings with, police heads of all the departments, and also reaching out to the Office of Community Relations to meet with different community organizations as well, to meet with some of the community. I think that it's important, I thought it was important, me and Mr. Vice Chair were talking as well, that it's important that we meet both equally with, law enforcement and the community. So, we will be taking some of, I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Vice Chair, we were gonna talk, the meetings with the police chief said are going to be here, right? And I think it's best for us to go out to the communities. And we'll have one where we can invite them here, but I think we need to reach out to them. So, we haven't decided on a date yet. We'll think about that and put that out to everyone. If you could make it, the first one, it would be great. If not, understood. And we talked about, possibly, providing a link virtually, for each of the police meetings. So, we're gonna be starting to plan that part of the outreach. And we consider that the in-reach as well. Mr. Vice Chair, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
No, you covered it all.
If you don't mind, I wanted to offer some feedback.
Yes, sir.
I did attend the Psi Epsilon, Omega chapter of AKA's, board and commission session on June 1st. And, the theme or the title was Getting Your Seat at the Table, the Nuts and Bolts of the State and Local Appointments Process. And so, that went really well. Again, no official board business was discussed, but I did just give, some insights into the process of what it's like to go through an application process and selection process for a board. And essentially, this board was just extending an invitation for people in their body to, encourage them to attend, or to volunteers to do boards and commissions, whether at the county or state level.
Okay.
May I,
Yes, ma'am.
so, I know we discussed it at other meetings, but one of the ways that we could do outreach is at the coffee circles that are in the communities. There's one on Friday at 5010, Brown Station Road.
That's this Friday? I won't
This
be able to
Friday.
make that, yeah. So we'll talk about the dates and do you have all of those dates, the future meetings?
I have, yes,
Okay,
I have
okay, that'll
many
be
of
great to add, and we can,
and may I also make a suggestion that perhaps we, invite the community to give us, invitations to come and meet for their group, so that we know which ones, and we're not excluding anyone, or, I mean,
that's why I said we're gonna reach out to the Office of Community Relations, because
Oh,
they're in
okay.
touch with that, so they're in touch with all of those groups inside of Prince George's County.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Anything else from anyone? Council Camp, you have anything?
No, sir.
All right, so the bulk of the meeting, while we're here, we will be going in, I will make a motion to go, well, let me let Mrs. Springs do her thing, I'm sorry, I didn't want to step in. Go into closed session, I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
Because you,
I thought I could make the motion, okay.
we don't want you to.
Okay, she don't want me to.
I move to, go to closed session.
Seconded.
Motion made by Mr. Springs, seconded by Danny Bergamini. All in favor to go into closed session? Aye. Any opposed? No. Unanimous, we go into closed session. So, Mr. Freeney, thank you again, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. The Police Accountability Board has decided to go into closed session to discuss the cases, that we're going to be reviewing and discussing. So let me read the closing statement. First, I want to give the location of 9200 Basil Court. And today's date is June 14th. At 6:48, we will be going into closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, and any other personnel matter that affects one or more specific individuals. We are now in closed session. So, we're back into open session. The time is now 7:57. Can I have a motion to affirm the actions that were taken in the closed session?
So moved.
Wait a minute, you had two, it's so quick, so we'll go 1, 2.
Go ahead.
So we got Dr. Coleman made a motion to affirm the actions that was taken in the closed session. It was seconded by Danny Bergamini. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so none, so unanimous. We discussed that, so wrap up and adjourn. I think I wanna stay here for another 30 minutes, not just joking. Yeah, let me tell you, Ms. Springs gives me this look, so anyway, it's a great discussion. I thought it was important to understand so we can come up with some thoughts moving forward, and it looks like this is everybody's wheelhouse, and we're passionate about that, so it'll be really interesting and great to see the feedback that we get when we come up with the different data points. So, with that being said, Tangi, do you have anything?
No.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
We will adjourn. Yes, ma'am. We affirm the action. Yep, we affirm those actions, so we're good. Thank you for keeping me on the toes. So we affirm those actions, it was unanimous, so, the next meeting date will be, do you know that by chance?
That's the 28th?
28th.
The 28th?
14th. Will we be meeting, 'cause I thought
Yeah, I don't
folks
know.
are gonna be at,
Yeah,
in
some
the-
training, so let me
Yeah.
do this, we're gonna send out,
Oh, who's going there?
Staff is going to MML,
yeah, so,
won't have a meeting on the 28th? The Maryland Municipal League.
yeah, so let's do this, let me talk to Denise, find out, and then we'll send out the email.
We might not have any staff for that.
Yeah, so, I'll do that. So, with that being said, that is it. We will adjourn the meeting at, sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
So, we had talked a couple times about sending folks to, we can table this till next time, but.
That's the one in Chicago?
Still some interest, yeah, Chicago in like
So-
November or something?
Yeah.
Yep, so,
I didn't know if that was discussed sometime in May or not.
I chose some people to go to the training that's this weekend, next weekend. And so for the Chicago one, we'll send out something, you'll be receiving something. Go to that as well.
I just think it would be important to send somebody from this group,
Oh,
couple folks.
yeah, we will.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
Figure it out later. That's it.
So did I go back and start a new business? Is that what you said, or was that old business? With that being said, we will adjourn the meeting at 7:59. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you sticking around or?
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.